Hey everybody, I'm Mike with Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and on this episode of Woodsman Wednesday, we're going to take a look at the Lone Wolf One-Person Survival Kit. Stick around, maybe we'll learn something together. So before we came to this camping trip, I stopped at Walmart and decided to pick one of these up because I happened to see it as I was looking for a dry bag for my food and whatnot. I know that a lot of people buy these and never open them, never check them out. And not necessarily this product in and of itself, but this type of thing, these one-person, one-day survival kits or whatnot. Never do anything with them, never try and find out if anything in it's any good. So I figured, you know what, I'd do that for you. It's made by, I think the brand's Be Smart, Get Prepared. Again, it's called the Lone Wolf One-Person, One-Day. It says it's U.S. Coast Guard approved, food and water, first aid, protection, communication and light, water-resistant bag with 4-in-1 buckle, compass, whistle, flint, and striker. So, yeah, it says it has 20 pieces. Let's open it up and see. Well, I hope you don't need to open it up in an emergency because, well, unless you have a cutting tool, you're done because it's zip tied in there pretty good. So here's a pro tip. Before you need to use something like this, open it up, inspect it, check it out. This is the little buckle right there. Has a compass in it. This is the bag it comes in, nice bright orange, which is actually a good thing. If it's in a piece of emergency kit, you want it to be orange. You want it to be a bright color that you can notice immediately so that A, you're less likely to lose it, and B, it's easy to find when you need it. First up, let's see, the Emergency Disaster Guide. Emergency Supply Checklist. Says you want to have a gallon of water per person for at least 3 days. 3-day supply of non-perishable food. Don't forget a can opener. A whistle to signal for help. A wrench or pliers to turn off utilities. So it's basically a list of stuff. I'll roll in a picture right here. Let's open up the guide and see what it says inside. General checklists before, during, and after earthquake, fire, tornado, hurricane. So this isn't really a how to survive type thing. It is a here's some things you need to think about type thing. I'll roll in a picture of this as well. But for immediate survival purposes, worthless. 2 bright sticks, which really, this is extremely useful, not just as, light. These light sticks are good for signaling. If you tie a piece of cordage to one end and, crack it open and whirl it around at night, it creates a large circle of light that's noticeable for a long way. This is actually something good to have in an emergency kit. Here is your triangular bandage, non-sterile, non-woven, with safety pin. It's 40 inch by 40 inch by 40 inch by 56 inch. So that's cool. That could be useful. Aha! Now this is potentially a lifesaver. 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, right? So this covers at least 2 of them because this is a 400 calorie energy bar, ration bar. Got 400 kcal is what it says. It's vanilla. The benefit to something like this is it's going to give you carbs and it's going to give you calories and it's going to be good for a long time. The package says that this kit's good till 2025. And it's 2021 right now. So this might be good for a long-term emergency type thing. If you are going to be on top of it and replace your stuff every now and then, I would get something like a meal replacement bar. I like to use the Slim Fast ones because, I'm not supposed to eat a bunch of carbohydrates. But they have a ton of the vitamins and minerals and stuff that you need. Also has 3 of these pouches of water, which is cool. because this will be enough. It says a drink minimum of 2 bags per person per day for marine emergencies. Drink water as needed for land-based emergencies. Avoid conditions which cause sweating or increase thirst. Discard bag if air or water escapes when squeezed. So, you know, this prepackaged water, probably a good idea. Water's a little heavy to carry around, but for a one-day emergency bag like this, it doesn't take up a lot of space. This is probably a pretty good addition. I like the fact that there are these sealed pouches of water in here. So, thumbs up for that. Yeah, as I thought, this emergency blanket is one of those really thin little pieces of Mylar. It'll block wind, it'll block rain. I guess it'll reflect your body heat. You got to be careful though, because these things have zero insulation value. Their real value is that they reflect body heat back at you. So I would add to this kit for shelter purposes a tea candle or two, one of those small little votive candles maybe, because what you can do with this is open it up and drape it around you like kind of a tent, because the value is the open space. Sit down as small as you can, put the tea candle down between your feet and let that heat up the inside. That'll help you really well. This just as a blanket by himself, they kind of suck. But if it's all you have, it's way better than nothing, because at least you can reflect your body heat or heat from a source like a candle right back at you. Oh, and last but not least, the whistle. How whistly is it? Let's see. It works. It's a whistle. Let's not forget the 4-in-1 buckle, because it's a whistle as well. Interesting. Says it has a flint in it. Is that what this is? Because here's the striker for the flint. Here's the compass, which we'll verify with my Sunto MC2 here in a minute. Oh, there's the flint. It's right there, the third thing. Let's see if this can produce a spark. I'm assuming they're wanting you to use a little serrated edge on that. Oh, there we go. It does throw some spark. In a pinch, that might get a fire started for you with proper preparation. So that's actually kind of neat. I'm not unhappy with that. So let's check this little compass out. I generally hate button compasses because they suck. But let's see, let's get it level. It says that way is north. Okay. What does my Sunto MC2 say? My Sunto MC2 says that way is north. They're saying north is the same direction. So they agree which way is north. This is a good compass. I definitely trust it. This one seems like it might be good for an emergency type compass. So who knows? So overall, what do I think of this? It's better than nothing. It could use some actual... I mean, Band-Aids are good to have. I would maybe chuck in some anti-diarrheas and maybe some anti-nausea pills, some Sudafed, something like that as well. This, again, better than nothing. It does have some uses. Might even be useful for signaling, I don't know. Water, definitely a plus. The food bar, it could be useful. I mean, shoot, you could even break off a chunk of this and use it as bait for a trap, right? So it's not useless. I think the food and water piece is pretty adequate for what you're getting. You know, you're getting your money's worth on that. I think, you know, the bandage, That is what it is, right? Gives you a fire starter. One thing it doesn't give you is a cutting tool, but I don't think you should be relying on some emergency type cutting tool. I think you should always have a cutting tool with you. If you don't want to carry one with you, maybe you could put a small folding knife in this and just forget about it unless and until you need it. That might be a good thing, because I think these kits aren't a be-all end-all for sure. I think these might be a good place to start. Add to it a little bit until you have what you think you might need to get yourself through a day. It also has one thing in here which it doesn't talk about, but is also a really good thing to have, and that's the Ziploc bag that the water and the food comes in. I would maybe take the Ziploc bag out and replace it with a higher quality Ziploc bag, because those things are dead useful, you know, even just to collect water in, right? Maybe fold up a piece of heavy plastic sheeting and put in here too, or a piece of a contractor bag or something. These, awesome, good to have in the kit. I have no problem with that. This, totally useless for immediate survival purposes, except to maybe get a fire started, you know, as just paper. Overall, is it worth it? Yeah, sure, as a place to start. The compass seems pretty good. The whistles work. The Flint striker works. So those things I have no problem with. It's just, and at least this kit gives you something, but I think this is a place to start, and you shouldn't rely just solely on this. So I'm Mike, this is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and that was my look at the Lone Wolf One Person One Day Survival Kit. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe. Consider becoming a patron on my Patreon account. Every little bit helps me bring content like this to you. And if you don't want to be a patron, follow the link below, go to my Amazon What Influencer store, click on absolutely anything, you don't even have to buy it, and then go do the shopping that you were going to do anyhow. I get a little kickback because you came from my store, and you get the things you want, and you get to help me out without costing you a single solitary dime more than you were going to spend anyway. So thanks for coming, and come on back. Maybe we'll learn something together.